In the month of October, there was a break-in into a high-end jewelry store here in Manhattan on 56th Street and Park Avenue. The jewelry store is Cellini's Jewelry. And video was captured of three individuals breaking into the store using a sledgehammer and forcing their way in. In the video, we see that they're wearing gloves, hats, masks, and entering into the location and removing jewelry from the store. And now NYPD is out on a lookout, searching to arrest these individuals. And they have a description of the getaway car, and they're using that as a lead to locate these individuals. So once they're arrested, what can they be facing? And that's something that we're going to take a look at. First, they could be charged with burglary. And burglary is the breaking and entering into a location with the intent to commit a crime therein, inside. And there are different degrees of burglary. But in this case, it would be a charge of burglary in the second degree. A charge of burglary in the first degree is the breaking and entering into a dwelling or a home or an apartment. But in this case, it's a building, it's a store. So they're charged with breaking and entering into a store, burglary in the second degree. And generally, there are certain elements that you need to establish in order to make out the burglary in the second degree. And one of the requirements or elements would be that they're either armed with an explosive or deadly weapon. So arguably, the use of a sledgehammer and breaking into the location could possibly be considered as the use of a deadly weapon in entering the location and the breaking and entering into that location. And this is considered a violent felony. And with a violent felony, a person could be facing up to 15 years in jail. In addition to the burglary in the second degree, they would be facing charges of grand larceny. And grand larceny is the intentional taking of property without permission of authority of another person. And the elements of the grand larceny requires the taking of property valued at over $50,000. And so for that type of offense, they could be facing those two charges as the top charges and additional charges, including possession of a weapon or trespass as well. And the lesser included type of offenses also that could go in addition to the top charges. But what's important to note also is that they can all be charged with the same charges despite their role in the entering into the location. And an acting in concert theory is where they're each accountable for the actions that took place, regardless of their role in the breaking and entering into the location. And usually I kind of relate it to a baseball team where you have a pitcher who pitches every pitch during the game, works very hard to win the game through the ninth inning. And then you have an outfielder who's a valuable player of the team, but may not even catch a pop fly or may catch one or two pop flies during the game. And yet they are on the same team and they win or they lose. It's all considered effort. And so similar to the acting in concert theory, regardless of the role of each individual that went into the store, they would be each facing those charges because they were all part of the team when they broke into that store. For the grand larceny charge, they could be facing up to 15 years in jail. So these are very serious charges. NYPD is looking for them. And when we find out that there's an arrest, we'll be reporting. Follow us for more.